We we don't just listen to Zooms that make us feel good. We want to make sure that we're getting something from it. So I want to encourage you guys to grab a pen and paper. Don't just hear it, but write it down. When you hear it, that's one entry point. But when you're writing it down, that means you're seeing it, you're writing it, then you can read it back. That's 3 additional ways for it to stick in your brain. And it's going to help you not just hear and feel good, but be able to implement the things that you're learning tonight. So but after all of that, Chelsea, if you want to hop in and introduce yourself and give us some of your story.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. And you guys, I just want to say to each and every one of you, I'm proud of you guys for even being on and showing up for your business. But let's get out a pen and paper because I'm feeling like a little bit fiery tonight. So my name is Chelsea. I joined this business about 4 years ago, and I joined kind of broke and broke in. I joined when my son was about 3 months old. He was born in November, and my husband and I could not keep the heat in our house on. So our house was big. And I remember just saying, like, hey, turn down the heater, and my little baby would have to be cold because I was too scared of the bill of the SMUD bill coming or whatever bill it was, right? So I looked at him. We both had college degrees. We both had careers in corporate America. And I looked at him and I was just kind of like, this can't be it for us. And thankfully for the pandemic, he got furloughed and was going to have to go do DoorDash. I was a tired new mommy with a little bit of baby blues, postpartum, whatever we want to call it. And I looked at him and I was like, so you're going to be gone all day and then you're going to leave me at night to go and do DoorDash so that we can survive. And I was like, there has to be another way. I saw a girl on Instagram. I knew she was making money. I knew she had like a team and she would talk about it a lot. So if you guys are on here, make sure you do a quick little story recording or whatever it is, because people buy people. So if you are on here, I want to see it blasted on your story. Make sure you post it. Make sure you say, I have someone that's leading me. I have a leader that's been in for XYZ and has done this. And now she's teaching me how to do this. And this could be you as well, or something like that. Anyways, I don't want to go off on a tangent about that. So we were broke. We were definitely very, very broke. And I just remember not having, the extras, even to even just go get my nails done or, with a new baby, it was like formula or just items he needed or whatever it was. And we didn't even have the money for that, let alone, I'm worried about the heat being on too high. So I joined with the last $149 that we had to our name. My husband fell asleep because he thought this was a scam. I spent the last money we had until the first of the month, and it was towards the end of the month. Anyways, I went double diamond in my first 90 days. I had no clue what a chart looked like, no clue what I was doing. All I knew is that I was hungry. I got on every Zoom. I kind of soaked everything up, and it was just ignorance on fire. So if you're new here, you can do that too. I'm no different. I was very terrified to even post anything on my page, to message anyone. I wanted to tweak and change everything, and I did do that, and it got me into a bit of trouble, unfortunately, because I wanted to change it. I wanted to reinvent the wheel because it didn't really like sound like me, or I was like, ooh, cringe to that message, or it felt a little eerie at first. And then once you just kind of get over that and you do become coachable, I remember my mentor had to come to me and she's like, hey, can we have a coaching moment? Are you coachable? Because she saw me doing the things, but it wasn't really sticking and things weren't working. So she said, send me screenshots. I sent her screenshots and I said, look at this great script I created. Isn't this amazing? Blah, blah, blah. And she goes, you said you're coachable. So I need to tell you, like, it's actually no, like you're scaring people away even more. And I'm thinking in my head, like, what are you talking about? Like, what's scaring them away is me saying, I have a question for you. It's not asking to buy anything and getting in their inbox. But that's what we do. And until I was able the next day to wake up and go, you know what? I'm just going to listen to her. I know it's working for other people. I've seen it work on Zooms. I'm going to try it because it can't get worse. We can't get in a worse situation than we're already in. And I also wanted to prove my hubby wrong. I was like, I can make money doing this. So I made a decision. Okay. I made a decision that this was going to work for me, right? It was my attitude. Okay. My attitude, like if you don't think you can, you'll find all the reasons why you can't. Okay, so if you do not think you can do this, you're going to be one of those people that sit around and go, well, it just didn't work for me. And the truth is, it's just you didn't work, or you wanted to go reinvent the wheel, or you didn't want to show up to Zoom, or you wanted to make every excuse that you had to make this not work. This business works if you work it. Years and years, we're celebrating 23 years right now. Years and years, time after time, millionaires have been like made from it works. So I just want to say that just if, in case anyone needed to hear it, I just kind of had it on my heart a little bit. But that's just a little bit about me. Obviously, now I'm triple diamond with the company. I make a full-time income doing this, have the hubby's account, have a whole team of women that I lead. And so here we are. So you can be the next Mariah or you can be the next Chelsea. It's just a matter of you. You have to decide if you want to do it. I'm no different. I literally told you guys I was scared to post. I was not being coachable. I was talking myself out of this. I literally was trying to find every reason for this not to work until I changed my attitude and mindset. And I'm sure we'll touch on that a little bit here tonight as well.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That was so good. I'm going to reiterate what she just said, where she said, if you don't think you can, you'll find all the reasons you can't. That is so, so good. I want to make sure you guys hear that because you've heard me say it a million times. You've heard every leader say it a million times. Like what you do only matters so much, but what you believe that you think you're doing is going to do matters so much more. So if if me and you sit down and we're both going to work, I'm going to get more results, even if we do the same thing. If I believe what I do matters, if I believe the message is going to have impact, if I believe I can do this, the intention behind it carries so far. And so when you're doubting yourself, when you're putting yourself in a box or counting yourself out, you're capping what you're actually able to do, not because there's anything wrong with you, but because you don't believe that there's more for you. We are all called to be here. We are all called to abundance. God's got so much out there for you. And when we can just like accept the fact that there is more for us, that we can do more and we can reach more people, just accepting that truth, which it is a truth for you too, can change everything and unlock everything in your business. So Chelsea, we're entering a really exciting time, huh? Like we are at freaking boom season. And I know we've got a lot of new people on who are like, I don't know what boom season are. And I see a bunch of you guys who are like vets who are like, yes, heck yeah, boom season. But boom season in a nutshell was we've got people who are getting their tax returns right now. Okay. So that means they're going to have extra money this time of year to go and spend it. And we wanted to spend it with us. They also just set all these New Year's resolutions to make money and lose weight. And the reality is hitting in right now that they can't do it on their own. And so when you combine those two things together, it is a formula for exponential speed within your business. So Chelsea, what are you doing right now that has got you excited that you're, what are you doing to capitalize on this energy and sharing that with your team?
So just obviously with it being the beginning of the month, I'm just kind of trying to get a little bit of new fresh faces into my network. So right now I'm doing some giveaway host to post, obviously followed by some product host to post. But I will say if you are brand new and you don't know what boom season means, that's totally okay. Like you're on here and we're going to teach you. So no big deal. While I have been working on giveaway host to post and working on distributors the first, 5 to 8 days of the month, what I am also doing is, I'm following up. I'm using every tool that corporate has given us to use the free smoothie that we have right now, to use the 20% off, whatever it is, because that way I have so many people that I've talked to because of the consistency, right? Because of the showing up every day, because of Mariah saying, hey, I've been super sick. And I say to her, we can do this on our worst day, no matter what. But you can give yourself a little grace at the same time. But Mariah is someone that shows up 24/7. And we know that, it's called the nooks and crannies of your day for a reason, but you do have to get disciplined. So what I want you guys to do is think back to your why really quickly. Like, why did you join? Did you join for your kids? Did you join to make $50? Did you join to make $5,000? Like everyone's why is so different. And I think like that's what I love about this so much too. But if you did join for income, right? That's what we all join for at the end of the day. It is a business. We all want to make money. You have to do the things. And so I do want to say tonight, again, this is just on my heart. Like it has to start with self-development. If you are sitting there negative and like, again, find the 5 people you want to be around. Okay. Are they doing the things? Are they productive or are they making excuses? Are they slacking off? So are you going to slack off with them? Like a good example I have is like, I'm doing this challenge at the gym and I have one girl that I work out with a few times and she does every single rep, every single workout. She does all of the things. And I have another girl that likes to skip things. And so I skip them with her and we take the easy way out. But when I'm with the girl that is doing all of the things and actually doing all of her reps today, I would look at her and I was like, I'm going to be so sore tomorrow. I normally like skip out on this. And I literally asked her, I was like, hey, I would like to go with you more. because you motivate me. So again, in this business, find an accountability partner and someone that's going to hold you to it and say, "Hey, look, let's do the things." And if you're the person that is doing the things, like help someone, reach out, rub shoulders, say, "Look, I want to do all these things. I want to make a lot of money doing this. So let's do this together. Like let's run together and just thrive off of each other in that manner." But it's just so simple. It is. It's get up. I would say get up, do your self-development. Don't don't start doing anything else until you have your host post up. Like start in the morning. Everyone, the first thing they do when they wake up is they grab their phone, right? They grab their phone and they look at it. We all do it. Right on my nightstand. First thing I do is like check my phone. So are you going to be in their inbox first thing in the morning, or is someone else going to be there before you? Are you going to be here with us during this boom season and you're going to go mass enroll and sign a bunch of customers and promote with all the bonuses we have on the table? And if you are new here, you don't even understand. April even has more to come. And I always say this, but this business does run in 90-day cycles. And the longer I do that, the more I even understand it even better, if that makes sense. So right now, your paychecks you get in March is for the work you did in December. Okay? Your paycheck you get in March is December. So let's forget about December. Okay? March, April, May, June. What do you want your paycheck to be in June? Well, the work you do today, you are going to see in June. And then the work you continuously do in March, April, you'll see it in July. Okay, I remember April is when we really, really had a huge boom. And July, I saw over a $10,000 paycheck as a double diamond. Okay, and that was just because we were all pushing and running. Same thing goes with July, August, September, October. Okay, October, I saw one of my biggest paychecks that I've ever had because of the momentum that pushed us into boom season. And then through the J months, we kept going. So decide. You have to decide though. If you don't, no one and I want to say this with a lot of grace and love because I feel like I'm all fired up over here, but no one is coming to save you. This is your business. You joined for a reason, and no one should have to save you. People aren't pouring into Mariah's cup every day. People are not pouring into my cup every day. You have to be the person that pours into your cup. And 4 years ago, I was a glass half empty. Everything in my life, it was a glass half empty. I was negative. I had an attitude. I did not want to listen. I did not want to be open-minded. I did not want to reach out to the Lord, like all of the things, but He put you here for a reason. You found this opportunity for a reason. So I want you guys to really remember that as well.
Man, that's so good. I'm liking the spice. I feel like I'm lacking spice right in this moment, so I'm loving it. Keep bringing it. But it is so true. Like what you're doing now is going to show forward. And like she was saying, the work she was doing, like she saw insane checks from it. When I went double diamond, guys, the work I was doing in the first 90 days of the year, my first double diamond check was $10,000. Like you can do incredible things in a short amount of time by getting consistent with the work. We don't have someone to check on us. Like that's the thing. Like we don't have upline. It's not like we have someone holding our hand every single step of the way. Me and Chelsea show up every day because we know the impact it can have. We know that the power we can have, and we know what that does when you start compounding. If you want to know the secret sauce to your business, you guys, if you want to know the thing that's holding you back, the reason why you're not where you think you should be, it's the inconsistency you've allowed to take root in your day. Because the things that you are inconsistent in and day out, those are the very things holding you back from where you want to be, from where you think you deserve to be. But I'm going to tell you, and I've said it a lot here recently, that place that you think you're supposed to be already, if you were supposed to be there already, you would already be there. So you're not there. You're not diamond. You're not ruby. You're not double. You're not triple, because you're not meant to be triple yet, because you're not meant to be diamond yet, because you're not learned the lesson in this season. You haven't mastered the consistency in the areas you need. You haven't accepted and learned here. And when you learn to thrive here, that's how you get there. So You got me fired up. I'm having a good time. So I know you mentioned it very briefly, but I want you to circle back to a little bit more on mindset because that's a big thing going into boom season. Like you said, you have the option to either come with us through boom season or to get left behind. We can't force it on you. This is not magic dust that is going to just transform your business. This is magic dust that can transform your business if you allow it to. But you have to be putting in the work. Guys, the Bible itself says faith without works is dead. Believing for it is not enough. Praying for it is not enough. Hoping for it is not enough. Dreaming for it is not enough. It has to have the work as well, but they have to go together because working for it is also not enough. You can't just show up and work. You can't just show up and grind, but never have the belief backing it. So it has to be that duo. So what are you doing right now to make sure, I know you said personal development, but what would you say like to make sure you have the mindset turned on going into boom season to really capitalize on this momentum?
So I'm taking a ton of notes. I hope you guys are too. Like we're taking notes on our own Zoom, but that's how I learn. Okay, I'm being a sponge. Yes, same. And we can get vulnerable around here. I think this is a very cozy, comfortable place. And if there's 45 of you on here, I want you guys to get something from this because I don't think everyone understands what's about to go down. You might not feel it every day. It might not feel like a boom every single day, but the feelings cannot matter. Like I used to say, go into robot mode, and that's me being very red. That can scare people away. But when you go into literally a robot mode and you go, I'm signing 2 perk members a day, March, I have like 80 plus enrollments. Okay. And then April through August, it just continues to keep going. So that being said, robot mode, I don't care if someone can't handle that. Like robot mode is a good thing because when you are in robot mode, you are down, your head's down, nothing can stop you. It doesn't matter if you've been sick, your son has a broken leg, you have a whole lot of life going on. Like when I have life heavy for me, I almost dive into the business more. It's like an escape for me. So you need to make sure that if you're on here again, like I said, I'm very proud of you guys for being on. Very, very proud of you guys for being on. But make sure that you are taking the time to pour into your business, to pour into your people, or if you don't have people yet, think of when you first started. You needed this because of XYZ. Imagine now, just during inflation, when times are really tough and people are getting their tax returns and they do have that extra money. Why not offer them the business? Like you're doing yourself a disservice by not offering the business. And I've just gotten very like away from scripting a little bit. When I'm talking to potential distributors, I will voice clip them and I will a little bit like you do have to kind of like gas yourself up and it's a little awkward because it's not comfortable. And like I said, we can get vulnerable. It's weird to say, oh my gosh, I made $15,000 in October or whatever the amount was. Money does not matter. It's not the money. They're going to buy you before anything. So if you say, hey, I couldn't keep the heater on for my son and I live in California and it's expensive, people are going to relate to that. Or I'm a mom and I want to just be able to go get my nails done. Like, let's just keep it simple. So something I want to talk about is narrowing your vision. We always say like shoot for the aim for the sky, and if you land wherever, it's fine. But I'm kind of tired of that. Like, let's narrow our vision, especially during boom and bonus season. Narrow your vision so hard that you're like, you're writing on your mirror with a Sharpie, or I'm sorry, dry erase, and you're writing like, I'm diamond, or you're journaling, I'm diamond, or you're writing in your notes in your phone, like, I am diamond, I am double, I am emerald, I am ruby, like whatever it is for you, because it's going to be different for everyone. You have to speak it into the universe. I don't care if you guys are sitting, like sending out your messages. I want you guys to say out loud tomorrow, start your morning off, okay? Make your product or make your coffee or whatever you're starting off with the morning, use your product, post it on your story, then get straight into Messenger. Start sending your asks out. Okay. Send your asks out and say, everybody post for me. Everybody post for me and stay very positive all day. Just tomorrow and see what happens. Okay. And then when you go to bed at night, don't say, oh my God, I'm so tired. That was exhausting. I didn't even sign anyone. Blah, 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 blah. No. Okay. You're going to be, oh, I just did everything I could for my business, and then wake up Thursday and do the same thing. Go, okay, another day, one day at a time, narrow your vision so much that by March 31st, you look back and go, oh my God, that crazy girl on Zoom that was screaming at us, she was kind of like, she wasn't wrong. like I was positive every single day and everything worked out for me because things are going to happen. I had this gorgeous girl in Texas do a giveaway host to post for me today, and it had like 29 comments in 9 minutes or something crazy. All of her friends were adding me. I was like feeling like on a roll. I was like, oh, this is so perfect. Like, this is just what I needed to go into March. And I wait an hour because I'm like, I'm not going to get trigger happy. I'm going to add them and then I'm going to let it sit. I'm not going to start commenting back yet. I go back an hour later and there's a bot on there. Okay. She didn't set it to friends only. She didn't listen to me. And there's a bot on there messaging all of her friends. And I'm going, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I said, you know what, Chelsea, what did you do today for self-development? Like a bot should not shake you. Like a bot getting on there, and that's what's going to make or break you. Someone saying, and that's why I'm saying you have to do self-development. Someone telling you no or leaving you on red, it is very normal. Or if you're like, I'm in 65 different distributor conversations in one day, congratulations. Like that is a huge win. Like that's amazing. You just talked to 65 new leads about this opportunity. It's never a no. And we all know that. And until we kind of get over ourselves and realize that it's never a no, it's just a not right now. For me, it was a no. I wanted to buy fat fighters, okay? And then I wanted to try the body wraps. And then I wanted to try, and I never did it. I literally left this girl just, and eventually I just signed up as a distributor. Okay. I don't even know what brought me to it, what led me there, but it all works out the way it's supposed to work out. So you guys have to just kind of like blindly trust me, hear me loud and clear. Like we are not unicorns. There is no fairy dust. If there was fairy dust, everyone would do this. Okay. And we'd all just throw fairy dust on each other, but that's not how this works. It is a business. It is a job. Things are going to come up. Bots are going to come up. People are going to leave you on red. People are going to say no. And that's okay. That is totally allowed. And once you accept that, you're going to be able to catapult into whatever rank you want. Something I love is this business does not discriminate. You can be a high school dropout and go make $30,000 or $50,000, whatever you want to make. But until you decide and you put yourself in the driver's seat, it's never going to happen.
So good. Yeah, I love the positive thinking. It was when Hannah, she's on here, when she was going diamond. I remember I was telling her, I was like, you got to write down your affirmations every day. Like, I want you to speak life literally into everything. And I remember, I want to say like maybe 3 days later, she voice messages me. She's like, I don't know what's happening. I'm pretty sure this is magic. Like, everything just changes. And it really, really does. I can track almost every lull in my business to times that I strayed from personal development, times where I strayed from like taking charge of my mindset. Because guys, your mindset's a scary place, okay? It's never innately positive. It's never innately for you. We have to take charge of that. And when that's one of the cool things about this is that you get to take charge of your mindset. You get to change fundamentally how you think about things. And, you know, literally writing down before you send messages, everyone I talk to says yes. Every person I ask to post. Every post gets tons of comments. Every person I sign up upsells. Like literally just speaking life into every single nitty gritty. If you're trying to grow your friends list, everyone I send friend requests to accepts. Like every aspect of your business, you know, you can speak so much life there. And when you're speaking life, you allow growth to happen in a different way, in a way that's untouchable by you, that is astronomical in ways that you can't even fathom. But you have to be watering that. You have to be consciously choosing that positive outlook. And each time, if you're working in your shifts, I'm not saying to wake up in the morning, do your affirmations and then work all day. Like, no. I'm saying before you work each time, because our mindset is innately negative. It's going to go back to that. And you got to continuously show up and take charge of how and who you're going to show up as. That was so good. So what are you doing right now? Like, what does your workload look like? Your system? Like, what are your, like, making sure I get this many hosts to post up, or how are you working to make sure that you are capitalizing, getting in enough conversations and all the things with boom season right here?
So, I love that question so much because, I do have like a pretty big team right now and I'm super blessed for that. I appreciate each and every one of you. So it's been a little bit of a pivot at times, but also at the same time, if I am not doing the things that I'm asking of them, how dare I even ask them to do these things? Okay, so if you signed a U today, would you be like, good job, Chelsea, I just signed a me today and I didn't do my 3 shifts, or I didn't do my self-development, or I didn't get on the Zoom, or I didn't even pop into the chats, or I didn't put any energy or effort towards it, would you be happy? Or if you, on the other aspect, signed to you today and you're like, oh my gosh, I did everything. Like if I could do it myself, I will be rich. Because it only takes 1 to 2, maybe baby workers to go double diamond. So I'm going to repeat myself. You need 1 ace, okay? Deck of cards, like signing distributors are a deck of cards. There's 52 cards in a deck. Sometimes you're going to flip over 2s, 10s, jacks, aces. When you flip over your ace, okay, and you've duped yourself and you pour into them and you love on them, and then they flip over maybe like a ruby or whatever, you're double. So 2 workers, if you can find 2 people that will actually want to do this, and right now is the time because it's easy out there, friends, right now. Like not everything is going to be easy. Not everything's going to be easy. Not every day is going to be easy, but you find 2 people that want to work and you're sitting at double diamond making 4 to 5 grand a month minimum. I'm not talking about caps. I'm not talking about the $10,000 that me and Mariah both earned. Like nothing like that. But until you envision it and see it for yourself. So what I do is I have to get up. I have to put my phone on D&D, send out, do my first round of asks. That's what I'm doing first thing in the morning tomorrow when I get up. Sending out my asks, making sure those are done. I'm home with a son with a broken leg. Okay, so it's like I have a newborn baby again. That's 4. Okay, home all day. Husband still goes to work. Okay, so I'm here doing a challenge at the gym, have all the things, all the excuses to not want to do this. But the first thing I do when I grab my phone is I'm gonna get my shifts done. I'm gonna do my tasks, I'm gonna do my happy birthdays, I'm gonna do my asks, I'm gonna do my self-development. It is very important because things are gonna come at you in different ways. You have to do that. And then my next shift, I'm gonna make sure. And then I'm gonna just again, nooks and crannies of my day. I'm going to check my phone throughout the day, even if I don't want to, because there are days where I don't want to do it. But guess what I don't want to do? I don't want to go back to not having any money or hundreds and thousands of dollars in credit card debt or whatever it is, or not being able to afford XYZ. Like I'm sick of that. I've made that decision very crystal clear that I like having money. I like earning. Something else I remember, like I was on a Zoom and I remember I'd earned my first $1,900 diamond check. It was $1,920. I remember it perfectly. And I got on this Zoom. I finally felt worthy to be on there because I was a diamond. No one cared. No one even really, I mean, they were just on there to pour into their business. So I got on there and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a diamond Zoom. This is so cool. And I remember my enroller saying, give me a year of your life. And I was like, "Wait, what? Like, I don't just get to take this money and leave?" I was like, I was like, I thought we were done here. Like, what does this mean?" Like, I'm listening, right? She has no idea I have this reaction. "Give me a year of your life and let's see what happens." So the first year, I did it, just 1 year, had fun doing it, very positive, grew a lot as a person, yada yada, made $55,000 on my 1099 from It Works. Second year, okay, let's do it. Let's just do it. And let's just do this. $126,000. Okay. Second year in, no idea what I was doing. And I was like, we hit the jackpot. I just live this life that I love so much now. And so you guys have to decide what you want for you and for your business. But I do want to say, like, very, very lightly, because I'm super like fired up. I don't know why, but you've poured into my team so much. So I'm here for it. Um, you have to narrow your vision. It starts with March. It starts with 1 day at a time. It starts with the next 26 days we have left. It starts tomorrow morning. Find your self-development. Start sometime, like do it tonight. If this Zoom fired you up, listen to something tonight where you believe in yourself, where you can say, hey, look, I can make XYZ. I can do this. You know, I can, whatever you need for you, because we're all going to be a little bit different. And again, that's like the beauty of this as well. So start your self-development first thing tomorrow morning when you grab your phone, get your asks out, get over your excuses, get over yourself. There's no more sitting around going, oh my gosh, is this going to fall out of the sky? Where's the unicorn dust? There is none. The unicorn dust is literally getting on your team on the same page as your leader, doing the same things they're doing. So that way, when you go to sign a distributor, you can go dupe yourself. And I know that when you sign someone, I will help my team wholeheartedly with anyone they sign. I'll help train them. I'll take the reins. Mariah is going to do the same thing for you guys. She's going to go out and dupe them for you. If you don't know how to train someone, whoop-de-doo. Nobody cares. That's why we're here. We will help with that. So I just think, you're going to go through a little bit of a valley. because we're throwing a lot at you. You know, I'm saying, hey, look, this is what I made. I'm being very vulnerable on here. And I'm saying, this is what I've done. And I grew up very poor with a single mom. Nobody's coming to save me. Nobody. When we had a son and we couldn't afford the house that we were living in and we had college degrees, we had nobody that was going to come save us. And I think those people really do thrive here because you can't make any excuses. You have to go write your paycheck. You have to want to change. I'm too prideful to even ask my family like, "Hey, can you help us with $50 for the heater bill?" I'm not doing that. So instead I just turned the heat down and then I decided to pivot. I decided to pivot, make a change. I've told you guys like very vulnerable, like glass half empty, very negative. I was 50 pounds overweight before I started using the products, like all of the things to make this not work, right? But every day you're not going to feel on fire. And I think that's okay. But you have to light your own fire at the end of the day. You have to light your own fire. And the way you're going to do that is by doing the shift system. I'm not saying you can't have a life. I'm not saying for the next year you have to just solely live and breathe it works because that's not true. You don't. Like you get to work a few hours through the nooks and crannies of your day. And when you're on your phone, I want you guys to be very intentional about what you're doing on your phone. Are you scrolling? Are you like, I don't really ever have time for Instagram anymore. And then another thing, like, are you watching TV? Like, are you a TV watcher? Because there is zero BV in TV. And when I heard that on the Zoom and I watched a girl that was making $30,000 a month say, there is no BV in TV, I have not watched TV in, I don't even watch things. I watched the one season of Love is Blind that came out recently, and I did it at midnight to 2 in the morning. Okay. Did I regret it the next day? Absolutely. But I still got up and got my booty to work. But I watched one show. I don't watch TV. I don't even have a show. My son kind of has taken over all the TVs, and I'm okay with it because I can do all of the things that I was never able to do before this. And something else I want to say, like, I'm just going to call like a spade here really quickly. If you don't think about quitting sometimes, you're not doing something right. You're human. You're allowed to think about quitting, but until you put your 2 feet in and know you're never going to quit, the grass is never going to be greener on the other side. The grass is never going to be greener at another company. They don't have the systems in place we do here. Trust me, I know. Okay. I've made the mistake. Don't do that. Second of all, people want weight loss and they want what we have. The products are, the price point's on point. The products work great. They smell amazing. They taste amazing, like all of the things. So don't even try. But if you think about it, the grass is not greener at your job either, or else you wouldn't have tried to do something like this. Do you want a $1 raise a year, or do you want to raise from March to April? That's $500. That's $1,900. When I saw my first $1,900 check, I literally opened the prelim. I remember it to this day, 4 years ago, and I thought to myself, I'm rich. I am rich with an extra $1,900. Okay. And if someone would have told me 4 years ago, that's going to turn into 15 grand a month, I would have said, you're lying. I come from broken generational curses, you name it. Like we couldn't even pay the bills. I would say, yeah, right. I wouldn't even know what to do with that. Try me. You got the wrong girl.
Oh, that's so good. And you didn't mention this, but I know it's a fact. Like she also said that she's not sleeping in. Like Chelsea's not snoozing her alarm 12 times. Okay. Like I want to call that one too. That's one of the biggest pivots I had to make in my business, especially since being a mom. Like guys, you cannot sleep in. Like you cannot. If you're struggling to get up in the morning, go to bed early. If you don't have a show, there's no reason to stay up late, right? Like go to bed, get up early. You've got to be up before the kids. You've got to be up before the day starts. Because how do you expect to pour into yourself if you're already having to pour out? Because the second your children wake up, except the second someone needs you, you're pouring out. And if you want to have enough of you to give to your kids, to give to your family, to give to your team, to give to your business, you have to pour into you first. So that means getting up early, not snoozing the alarm, whatever that looks like. Like at one point, I literally had to change the alarm on my phone because I am not a morning wake up person. I had the alarm on my phone, like one of those like sirens, they were like, like my husband would like have a heart attack every morning, but it's what we had to do to get me out of the bed. But you've got to do whatever it is because you have got to get up early. You cannot sleep in and have the same growing business that you're hoping for. Oh, this was so good. Drop like a emoji in the chat, a fire emoji or something like that if you guys have taken something away, because this has been so good and so much fire. And so before we hop off, Chelsea, will you give us just something else? Give us a little bit more gas on the fire. Give it whatever your last thoughts are, whatever's burning on your heart, give it to us.
You know, I'm a real human. So I was like very red and like trying to gas you guys all up because I was just excited. Like I'm happy to pour into you guys. I kind of love doing these Zooms now. But who is a morning person? I'm sorry, but like if you're a morning person, like you are blessed because I don't know, I'm not a morning person. I can't imagine getting up in the morning and having, like enjoying it, right? So I do think we need to get over that. But I just believe in each and every one of you so, so much. And if I can do anything to help you guys, like, if I said anything tonight to help you guys, I know what it's like to feel broke and broken, and it's not a good feeling. It really, really sucks. And also like sitting there kind of like playing that game in your head, like, oh my gosh, I've been diamond for so long, or I've been ruby forever, like I've been stuck at ruby forever. It's like you have to break that threshold and decide for yourself how you're going to do that. And again, if you can't do it, find your gym friend. That's going to push you a little bit harder. Like that, like a little analogy I was giving you guys, because I'm not a slacker. Like I'm not going to skip workouts. But when I saw one other girl skipping a workout, I was like, wow, like my back hurts so bad from carrying around my son with a cast on. But it's like, no, I'm competitive. Like I'm not going to just give up like that. And until I got around someone that was doing a little bit more than me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, why was I slacking? Why was I slacking on something I signed up for? Like I signed up for this challenge at the gym. I signed up for this business. I signed up to be a mother I decided that I wanted to become I decided that I wanted to make six figures at the end of the day. So once you turn on your mindset, once you make that decision, like turn the light switch on. It's time. Okay. I don't care what you guys have to do. Decide what you need to do. Write it down, whatever it is. It's done. It's a done deal. And I hope that one of you comes to me, or all 45 of you come to me in a year from now and go, hey, that Zoom you said to decide to put a year in, like I just made 50 grand. Like I just made 60 grand. I just made 100 grand. Like, and I will be like, heck yes. Like I'm telling you, that's all it took was that one simple decision. Once you make that one decision, watch how your business and the universe will shift for you.
So good. Thank you so much for hopping on. I know the comments have been blowing up over there. Everyone has taken so much away, and we appreciate your time and for joining on tonight. I will get this recording up for you guys. The goal will be tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. And I promise it won't be a week from now, like last week's was, okay? It was an accident. But before we hop off, I'm going to pray us out, and then I will get this recording up. But dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this space where we get to come weekly and grow more in our knowledge of business, more in our knowledge of ourselves, and hopefully a little bit closer to you too. I'm so thankful for this group, the way they show up so consistently, so hungry and so passionately. I know that you were just ready to loose so much blessing over them in their business. I pray that whatever they touch, that you multiply it, the work they put in, that you exponentially multiply it so that they can't even see the impact. It's so great. I know you have such big things in store for them. I know you're already moving mountains that they don't even know are there yet. You're walking ahead, you're paving the way. And as soon as they are ready to run, you are going to just keep it going. You're going to keep it flowing, and you're just going to keep pouring and pouring and pouring those blessings out. And I believe that this group is hungry and ready, and that this is their time to go out, that they're going to change their lives. They're going to create impact for you, doing immense things through this business. And I'm just so excited to watch it unfold. And we're so thankful for this company on all you're doing here. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on next week.